WNBA. Let's go. Fast break, no fear, we play to win. Strength and power, let the game begin.
Welcome, everyone. You've reached discussions from the East Coast to the West Coast, and I'm Grandma Mo.
I'm Lisa DCT.
So we had quite a Sunday of women's college basketball.
Oh, so happy that I was finally able to catch a couple of games, championships, March Madness.
March Madness is about to start.
Yeah.
Well, technically it's kind of started, but the actual tournament hasn't started yet.
Correct.
But we had UConn play. They played Creighton, but that's only a semifinal. They're going to play in the finals tonight.
Yeah,
but they beat Creighton 100-51, and UConn is just rolling right along.
Yeah,
and
they had a 35-point lead at halftime.
Yeah, I know. I watched the game.
I didn't watch it because I was excited to watch the Iowa UCLA game just to see what happened. Because I didn't get a chance to see the Betts sisters together, so I was happy to see that.
Yeah. UCLA, I saw that one 96-45 over Iowa, which is pretty impressive. Iowa's a good team, and they just couldn't do anything against UCLA.
No.
And UCLA was earlier in the tournament. I've watched all the UCLA games, and earlier in the tournament, UCLA was really struggling shooting. Like their first game, they actually went down to like 16. They were down like 16 points in their first game of the tournament. I was like, whoa, somebody better wake up.
Yeah.
And it was, sometimes it's traveling. They have to come, the UCLA and USC, because they're in the Big Ten, have to do more traveling than these other teams because they're coming from the West Coast. But I think they were just kind of, and then the next game they played, it was a little better, but they got their shooting in track, and they were humming on all cylinders against Iowa. Iowa didn't have a chance.
They had like 30 assists, I think, in that game.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the really cool things about UCLA is they're high. That's the one stat I pay attention to, because that means they're passing the ball and they're looking for the open shooter. It's not just dribble down the floor and shoot a three, which you see a number of teams doing these days. And UCLA works as a team. And I think, let me look at the stats here, but I think UCLA was every player was in double figures. Like even people on the bench.
Yeah, 6 players in double figures.
Yeah.
Yesterday. I was impressed by Lauren Betts because, being at 6'7", she's pretty agile.
She is pretty agile. It's when you compare, like you look at her and you'll hear people say she's slow or whatever, but she's 6'7". Yeah. Look at other 6'7" players.
Yeah, exactly.
And, she's not Dominic Malonga, but she's pretty agile.
Yeah.
And in the game yesterday, she was hitting those short jumpers, which I've been begging her to do, because I've watched them the whole season. But, oh my goodness, if she starts hitting those little 5, 7, 10-foot jumpers, that's going to be hard to stop. She's got that beautiful spin move to the left. When she gets the ball and one bounce and then turning up to the left. But, the rest of UCLA is better this year.
To see her sister play,
Sienna,
who's just a freshman.
Yep, she is.
A little shorter than her big sis, but she was really good too.
She did well. She did. She is getting. Oh, there I'm looking at the wrong. I'm trying to find the darn box score.
A very mature team, I thought, and I think
they're all seniors,
right? I think they would be the one to give UConn a run.
Yes, I think they're the only ones. Texas might be able to, but Texas has to hit their shots. Anyone playing UConn, if you are not hitting your shots, you have no chance. UCLA has height over UConn for the most part, not by much, but that's been their big thing. They're very, very tall all around. You had Betts with 10 points. Gina Neepkins had 19. Hawkes had 12. Charlie Sledger-Walker had 11. Kiki Rice had 15. Sienna Betts had 14. And then Dukelich. I love Angela Dukelich. She's the one that comes off the bench. She would be a starter on most other teams. She is just such a contributor. She ended up with 7.7 rebounds, 5 assists. Sienna Betts had 5 assists. Kiki Rice had 8. Ledger Walker had 5. Hawkes had 4. Neepkins and Betts all had 3. They had 34 assists in the game.
Yeah.
Which is, you look at Iowa. Iowa had 11.
Yeah, they shut them down.
Yeah,
they couldn't get anything going. It was
yeah.
like that
Iowa wasn't hitting their shots either. Yeah,
from the very beginning of the game. They just never looked back. It was like
UCLA 3-point shot. Their 3-point shooting, 50%. They shot 63% from the field.
yeah,
Iowa shot 28% and 22% from 3.
yeah.
So
So
that's
there's a
gonna
difference.
it's gonna do a lot. They out rebounded them 32-18. UCLA.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. They had 15 steals to 11
Yeah.
turnovers.
Betts
Iowa had.
Betts was on the ground for the ones.
She
You know,
was.
yeah, it was like, wow, look at her.
Yeah, she wasn't their high scorer, but she didn't need to be. And that's the difference
Exactly.
between this year's UCLA team and last year's. They were focusing too much on Lauren Betts last year. And
Right.
Lauren Betts actually played pretty well against UConn. I think she had 24 points or something, but the rest of the team couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
See, you need other
So,
players.
and
in
that's
the
where
game.
how you get
You know
beat
what's-
by UConn.
It's funny that they have a commercial, and there's this guy going. Lauren Betts, I think, turns around and was waving at the stand, and he's like, "Yeah,
Oh yeah, and doing the heart thing, yeah.
yeah." And then her mother's behind them. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my God, that's great!" With both of
yeah,
their
it's cool to get
paddles.
them. In our day, you never saw a commercial with a woman
No,
athlete,
exactly. I
unless it was
"Hey,
like FloJo. For
exactly."
Olympics, you'd see stuff. Maybe some tennis players, maybe once in a while a golfer, but
Yeah,
never a basketball player.
not basketball. And
Yeah.
speaking of that, Easy Fun joined with the Jordan brand.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah, so she's
That's
gonna
interesting.
she's gonna get a nice chunk of change from that.
Yeah.
Oh, like look at her. Go for it.
Yeah. So then we have Texas and South Carolina.
Yes.
That was the other game.
That was an upset. Third against
Kind of.
one.
I mean, they're ranked 3 and 4, so
Yeah. I mean, yeah, 3 and 4. Lots of turnovers in the first
let's
half.
see. I have the stats up in front. Texas had 9. South Carolina had 14.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, enough of the turnovers, ladies. Let's get it
Well,
together.
the difference was big difference in 3-point shooting. South Carolina only shot 25%. They were 3 for 12. Texas was 57%. They also shot 54% from the field. South Carolina shot 47%. But South Carolina, I mean, they only had one of their starters in double figures, and that was only 13 points. Joyce Edwards. But we were talking earlier.
Yeah, I was impressed by that kid Booker.
Oh yeah, Madison Booker. She's an All-American.
I thought she was really good.
Yeah.
I was like,
No, she's a very good player. She came to my attention last year during March Madness. I was like, oh boy, Madison Booker's very good.
yeah,
She ended up with 18 points. She was the leading scorer for Texas. But they had 3 players in double figures. Carlton, Booker, and Jordan Lee. And then they have Rory Harmon. Rory Harmon's a really good point guard. She didn't shoot well, but she shot okay. 4 for 10. She had 4 assists. Not anyway. But Texas, the reason Texas won that game is they basically came out and punched them in the mouth right away. They went up early. They were leading 27-12 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
And then they basically they outscored them in the second by 2, and then South Carolina outscored them in the third a little bit, but then Texas outscored them in the fourth. So 78-61.
Don Staley was getting mad because there was one time, I forget if it was at the half or the third quarter, where they had a chance, they were down already to change. It only takes one run, one play to get to switch the momentum. And they
Yeah.
had like 6 on the shot clock, and they passed the ball too many times, lost the opportunity to take a shot. And she's screaming on the sideline, somebody
Yeah.
just take the shot, don't pass it.
Yeah.
I was like, that's what kept happening.
Yeah.
Take the shot, somebody. I thought
Well,
they would
Texas
come
has
back.
a. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I thought that they would come back, South Carolina. They just never did. They just
Well,
kept
Texas
getting
has a
pumped.
really strong defense.
Yeah.
They have a really strong defense. Texas has that defense. It's in your face. Like, I mean, I watched the UConn and Creighton. Like, Creighton couldn't ever take a break. They couldn't ever just grab dribble up the court and then just face the court. They had to
Yeah.
always be protecting the ball, and UConn would steal the ball. I don't know. I mean, they probably had like 25 steals, UConn.
Yeah.
But Texas has that same intensity on defense, which makes you you can't just, the game doesn't flow for the other team. And that's the difference. That's what makes Texas really good, and that's what makes UConn very good. I mean, they get so many points off steals because they're harassing you.
Yes. The mugging
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're there to mug you. Who else did you watch? Because those are the two.
I watched all of them. I
You
watched TCU. I watched the TCU West Virginia game, and I watched Duke and Louisville, which was
Yeah,
Duke
that's
and Louisville was a really nice game. That one was back and forth. I mean, Louisville started out ahead, and then Duke would just keep coming back, and it went to overtime, and Duke ended up pulling it out.
Yeah.
And it's funny because earlier in the year, Duke was losing all these games. I think they were like 6-6 at one point.
Yeah.
But they have, I mean, their record right now is 24-8. So since that time, they've only lost 2 games. They started out slow, and I mean, you look at some of their score, like the final scores of some of their games, and it was like 38 points or 40 points.
Yeah.
They just couldn't hit anything. But they played really well against Louisville, and Louisville's very good. They had, let's see, Louisville had Berry, who came. I was impressed with Berry. I think she's a sophomore. Amari Berry on Louisville, 18 points for her. She was a very good player. And then they have this Istanbululu is her last name. She's their center forward or whatever. She was instrumental. She didn't score a lot of points, but she was involved in a lot of stuff. Let's see who we had. Roberts had 12 points. Randall, McKinley, I think it's McKinley. Randall, she had 17 points for them. But Louisville played really well, really good. They shot 42%. Duke only shot 39%. But Duke has that relentless defense. Not as much as UConn, but they are just I mean, that's Kara, their coach. What's their coach's name again? I know her name. I've got old person brain.
So do
what's
I,
her name?
I can't even think of her name either. Old person.
I know her name.
Welcome to it.
Wait a minute. Where am I
Sounds
going
like,
here?
wait a minute. Sounds like Corey. Well, we'll get off a half an hour from now.
Remember her name.
Well, that's her name.
Anyway, the Duke coach is known for defense. Yeah. And anyway, she's the Olympic coach, isn't she?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, she's the Olympic coach.
I think she is.
I'm spacing her name. Anyway.
Sounding more and more like me. Isn't it fun to get
old? Oh my goodness, I'm just having
remember shit.
Yeah.
Leave the room, don't know why you left. It's terrible. Hey, did you see there's one other set other than the college, which I'm glad I'll continue to watch until we know what the hell's going on with the WNBA.
Yeah.
You know what I find interesting is that on social medias, the WNBA was reporting about like what's going on with the USA camp. I'm like, why don't you worry about your own damn league? Because the
players are all playing in the same. I mean, they're all playing for the USA team.
but it's one of those things like, let's get an agreement for shit's sakes. They said they might have another one on the table. Who the heck
Well,
knows?
I saw this morning they submitted another
They
proposal.
did. They did.
Yeah.
Hey, you were asking, it popped up on social media that the average unrivaled salary is 220,000 and the average WNBA salary is 102,000.
Yeah.
So,
Well, the rookies make 76 or
yeah,
78,000. And then you
exactly.
have some players making 200 and something. The
Right.
top, like Jackie Young makes um
Yeah, they're not hurting,
no,
as
they're not,
much,
but
as
but
much. Let's
still.
make it a little fair. But I was surprised. I was like, okay, so USA basketball, it was kind of cool to watch Caitlin Clark. I only watched snippets of their practice facility, and I guess
Yeah.
they're gonna have a bunch of games coming up on like TNT or whatever,
Yeah.
playing other countries, which I'm looking forward to seeing how they do. But they're all together, and so that's something else that we can look at. Now, Aaliyah Edwards and Sonia Citron were supposed to be on that team, but they both had to back out due to injury from Unrivaled.
Yeah, and Leah Boston too.
Yeah,
Yeah. Kara Lawson. It popped into my head.
I told you. I told you.
Duke's
Wait a
coach is
minute.
Kara Lawson.
Wait a minute. It'll come.
I
And
knew
if
it was
it,
there. I just
and if
couldn't
it,
find it.
and if it didn't come to your mind, then I'll tell you later on. You'll be like, "Damn it! I knew
Yeah.
that." I know.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
I
And one
know.
other thing was Usain Bolt. Were you surprised how much he's worth?
Yeah, I looked it up. He's worth $90 million
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
for
Him
being a
being on
track
the
star.
side. What do you think about him being on the side of Unrivaled? Maybe he'll jump in. I said that
He
one
could be an
time.
investor. He might be one of the
Absolutely.
investors.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, I can remember like I was watching this interview with Sue Bird, and there was a guy I didn't know, but the other guy was Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah.
And she was talking to them, and she's just like, look, this has huge upside. She goes, if you're not investing in women's basketball right now, I mean, there's huge upside here. And
Yeah.
she was saying this 2 years ago, because they had just come out with the everyone watches women's sports and all that stuff. And Alex was very intentively listening. And I would not doubt it if Alex Rodriguez is invested in some way in either women's basketball or soccer or something.
Yeah.
And, you're seeing some of the NBA guys. Like there was one player I was watching. What team was she playing for? One of the games I was watching, this guy's, I think it was the Louisville. I think it was one of the former NBA players who was a two-time All-Star. I think it was Rudolph or Randolph or something. Her father's sitting there right in the stands, and he's a former NBA guy. And that's what happens is these guys start to have kids, and when they have daughters, I mean, look at Kobe Bryant. He had daughters, and he was, he had a lot to do. Well, not a lot, but he had some to do with progressing, women's basketball instead of putting it down all the time like these other guys do.
Exactly. I think, do you know who Gary Vaynerchuk is? Have you ever heard of him?
No.
Okay, so he's big in business and whatnot, and he's looking to be an investor in Unrivaled as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
well, that's
which
cool.
I think is neat. And I did notice at the UConn game, sure, they showed the clip. Who was in the front row? Of course, Kurt Miller used to be the coach of the Connecticut Sun. Was there to scout the players.
Oh yeah. Well, Corey Close, I've been seeing some interviews with Corey Close, the UCLA coach, and you'll hear her mention there's WNBA scouts in the stands at their games. And she talks to them, apparently. I mean, I would think so. And so that's how she knows, like her top 6 players are going probably in the first round of the WNBA draft.
Isn't that awesome?
I'm sure that's happening at UConn. I mean, but I mean, UConn, who doesn't know what they're already going to know about AZ Fudd?
Right.
But they might be looking at Williams, who's also a senior, you
Right.
know, or someone on the team they're playing. Probably not, but there could be a player on another team that doesn't have a good team, but they're a good player themselves. So the other game I wanted to at least go into was
Yeah.
TCU and West Virginia.
Go ahead.
TCU, West Virginia just went out to a lead, and TCU, largely due to Olivia Miles getting like 2 fouls in the first quarter, and then getting another one in the second quarter. And it was funny because the announcers was like, oh, geez, and one of them was a really stupid foul.
Yeah.
So the third quarter starts. Within a minute of the third quarter, Olivia Miles gets her 4th foul.
Ah, okay.
So TCU was handcuffed. I mean, they tried to make a comeback, but West Virginia, who was much smaller than them, much smaller. I mean, TCU has 2 6'7" players, and they did not use that to their advantage at all.
I don't get that.
I kept going, oh my God, post up, put both of those 6'7" players in. He would only sub them in and out for each other.
Yeah, now put
I'm
them
like,
at the
okay,
same
you don't
time.
have Olivia Miles. Suarez couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, unfortunately for her. Post up your 2 6'7" players, get them the ball, turn around and shoot it. There was nothing
Exactly.
West Virginia would have been able to do about that. And they didn't do any of that. They went to their 6'7" players maybe once or twice.
I don't get it.
It was just
It's
Suarez
frustrating.
ended up with interesting watching the game. It's like Suarez ended up with 16 points. She shot 6 for 19. She was 2 for 9 from 3. Olivia Miles had 17 points, most of which happened in the first quarter. I think she had 14 in the first quarter. She was 4 for 10, 6 for 14 overall. But she was out of the game. What did she play? Well, it says she played 34 minutes, which that's pretty shocking because she didn't seem, but she had to be really careful because she couldn't foul or she was out. Suarez ended up fouling out in the last minute.
Yeah.
But credit to West Virginia. Do you know West Virginia was in the Atlantic 10 when I was playing?
Really?
I'm always amazed.
So
There's all these teams. It's like, where the hell they go? Like, I still don't even know where Temple is. Temple we had Rutgers, Penn State, West Virginia, Temple, St. Joe's. Like, I look at the Atlantic 10 now, and we were mentioning earlier, my alma mater, Rhode Island, won the Atlantic 10. So they're going to make yay! They're going to make an appearance in the NCAA tournament, which, terrific. But it's just amazing to me how much these conferences have changed. And you even look at the Big East. The Big East used to have Notre Dame in it. It had, it still has some of the teams, but there's all these teams that are just in these different conferences now that you go, like I looked at the Atlantic 10, I don't recognize half of those teams.
Because there's so many more schools playing, maybe, at that point.
I guess. I don't know, but we still had, it was a pretty big conference. We had, there was at least 12 teams in the Atlantic 10. And, but like, I look at just like Penn State was like 15th in the nation when we were playing. Rutgers had won the national championship in 1982 of the AIAW. That was the year where you could do both.
Yeah.
And they were in the Atlantic 10. Now Rutgers is in what? What is Rutgers in? The ACC, I think?
I couldn't tell you. That's what I'm saying. Everything has changed so much. I realized that. I also realized watching college finally how long the shot clock was.
Well, it's 30 seconds. It's always been 30 seconds.
Yeah, but I got to get my brain off Unrivaled.
Oh, yeah. What is it, 18?
So long. It's like, oh my God.
What is it, 18 in
Unrivaled? Yeah, I think it's 18. I was like, geez. Seemed like eternity. Oh, like, holy cow. Yeah, that was fun. Hey, so UConn's now 33-0.
Yeah.
You gonna watch tonight?
Yeah, I'll watch.
Yeah. 7 p.m. Peacock. I'm like, why can't you put it on freaking TNT or
I
something?
have I have Peacock. I can actually watch it.
There you go. I done.
Yeah. Rutgers is in. Trying to look it up. All this other information I don't want.
And some of it's fake. You're welcome.
It gives me all this other stuff. I don't want. Big Ten. No, wait a minute. That can't be right. Anyway, it's just interesting that
Yeah, where are they? What
yeah,
the hell
I don't know
happened?
where they are.
They were easily found. Now we can't find shit. There's too many conferences, championships. Where are they? What part of the country? Holy smokes. No, I know. It's craziness. You know,
It is.
thank God for social media. At least we could kind of figure it out.
I know. I
You
know.
know,
I'm looking
if
up something's telling me it's the ACC.
if we had to rely upon a newspaper and no social media at this day and age and all these teams and stuff, we'd be screwed. I'd
I
be
know.
like, forget it.
No, it is not the ACC. They are not in the ACC. Stanford, however, is.
Hey, what was the name of that coach?
Carol Lawson. I
Oh,
remembered. It
remembered.
left for a minute, but
go.
it's there now.
There you go.
It's there now.
She got it.
I
It's
got-
locked in. That's what they had on
Cal.
their shirts.
You have Cal in the ACC, Cal, which is Berkeley,
Yeah.
California, Bay Area, Berkeley, and Stanford are in the Atlantic Coast Conference.
Oh,
What
geez.
sense does that make?
That makes no sense at all.
Oh my
Wrong side of the
goodness.
country.
Maybe Rutgers is in the Big East. Is Rutgers in the Big East?
Well, that's the only one you didn't try, right?
Nope, they're not in the Big East. Most of the Big East is still the same. It's
Yeah.
just that certain what else would maybe they're the Big 12. Could be the Big 12. Because they're not in the Big 10.
That's the other thing. It's like so many Big 10, Big 12.
This is like I don't even know what you
Trying
would
to
think I would
find
know
the
off the
team.
top of my head where Rutgers was.
Where's Waldo?
I do not see their thing here in the Big 12. They are not in the Big
Carol
12.
Lawson.
Arizona, however, is in the Big 12. The Pac-10 just went, and everybody went all these places.
You get an invite.
Like, how does it? I don't get how a conference just dissolves.
Yeah.
That's weird. They must be in some weird conference, Rutgers. Let me see if I can find it.
She's hell bent. She's gonna find him.
I'm on a thing here. Like,
yeah. If she does find it, it's gonna be another monumental moment. No. She's not listening to me at all.
it's so funny because it's all done by football. It's all these conferences are put together because of football.
Yeah. Welcome to my world. I know. You can't find anything. That's what makes it so damn difficult. You got to make that easier. It's not that hard, people.
Rutgers is in the Atlantic 10 still.
Oh, there you go.
It says they're in the Atlantic 10 still. Well, that's weird. I should have looked in the Atlantic 10.
Well, that's weird. I know. You got to look at the spot that you're not quite sure they're going to be, because it'll be there.
They were there, but I thought they left. I thought, I don't know. That's weird. That's weird. They're in the Atlantic 10. They were such a good team.
You found them.
I found them. They are there. The Atlantic 10. Oh, it just says I don't know. There's just weird teams, and oh, it says Temple's still there too. Oh, here we go. After changes in membership, Villanova and Pittsburgh left in 1980 and 82, respectively. St. Bonaventure, I remember Rhode Island in 80. So we joined the Atlantic 10 in 1980.
Yeah.
St. Joseph's in 82, Temple in 82. I guess Temple's still there. That's weird.
I'm just glad you found them.
I did too. It was one of those things that was bugging me. I'm like, I gotta find out what this is.
Yeah.
But I thought they left. You know, maybe they left and they came back.
They came back. Yeah.
Because I could swear they left. But I thought I remember seeing them in the Big East, or they were in some other conference.
So what happens now with the bracket going forward into March Madness? Do they know?
The selection Sunday is Sunday, this coming Sunday.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Because everything that you see right now is just they're guessing. They're like, okay, here's what we think is going to happen, but this is not you know, until the selection Sunday, no one knows. I mean, if you won your conference championship, you're in. Like bubble teams, like West Virginia. West Virginia is actually a pretty good team, but they weren't a bubble team. But, you know, winning their conference, they secured their thing. Like that was the only way you could get in when I was playing.
Right.
My senior, but there were only 16. The NCAA women's basketball tournament in 1983 and 4, which were my junior and senior years, were 16 teams.
Jeez.
That's how big the thing was. Yeah. And the only way to make it was you had to win your conference championship. So my senior year, we went up against our first game. I remember all three, both years, same 3 teams. We had Temple in the first round. We beat them. My junior year, we then came up against Rutgers, who had won the national championship the year before. We lost to them by 6 my junior year. I still remember this. It's amazing. I still remember this. And then my senior year, same thing. We beat Temple. Then we finally beat Rutgers my senior year, and we had to go play against Penn State, and they beat us. They beat us badly.
Yeah.
But it was like, you know, these conference championships, I mean, if you're paying attention, you realize it's back to back to back. To make it to the championship game, you're going at least 3 games in a row.
Yeah.
I remember going Friday night, Saturday night, and then Sunday at 2. To play the championship game. And when we played Penn State, they were like 11th in the nation. They were a really good team then. And we were just thrilled we beat Rutgers, you know. And to win that to even go up against Penn, and it was in their home gym. It was all at Penn State. Well, I remember that.
That's a neat experience. But that's a neat experience to have.
Oh, it was great, but you can tell when I see teams and you could see them lose everything, like they just don't have it, and it's all gone. Like they played great the game before, and then they go up against, you know, another tough team, and they just don't have it. They're exhausted.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
You're exhausted, and you just don't even have the mental capacity to fight through it.
Yeah,
and I remember my legs shook. They were literally shaking for about a week after that. And I was I mean, they have much better training now, but I remember I was in great shape, and I can remember my thighs shaking for about a week.
Yeah.
I was so exhausted.
And look what happened, like just this past WNBA season with Kelsey Mitchell. You know, all that repetitive play at that one given time.
Yeah. You can only go so far. And then it's like, okay, your body says, nope, sorry, shutting it down.
Yeah. You're done.
You're done. Whether you want to or not, you're done.
Well, when do you want to touch base again then?
After if the CBA happens, we're supposed to know that. What is today? Today is the 9th.
Yeah.
So we will know tomorrow whether we're going to have either a delayed WNBA season or one that's going to start.
Yeah.
And we'll have to play that by ear, but we can maybe when the weekend of the Elite Eight, Sweet 16.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Now that I'm into it, just got to get used to the shot clock. That's all. I get it. It all comes back to you eventually, just like that lady's name. Eventually it comes back, and then you're fine.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll touch base about it all. In the
Okay.
meantime, have an awesome week.